Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining us on the Live Unreal with Glover U podcast, where every week Jeff Glover will dive deep into the questions that you are asking. He understands the challenges you're facing on a day-to-day basis because he still works every day on the front lines of real estate, with him and his team closing over 1,000 homes per year. Today, Jeff will finish our 4-part series on how to kill it with open houses this summer. On today's episode, we are on part 4, promoting and follow-up. Learn from Jeff how to get a jam-packed open house and how to follow up with everyone that shows up. Now, let's hear from Jeff Glover.
Okay, point number 11. Closing for the buyer consultation or the CMA, you close it immediately following the open house. That is your highest and best opportunity to convert that client. Obviously, a lot of them are going to say no to that, and that's okay. You're going to make a determination to set an appointment on the spot or to follow up with them on Monday. So even if we're not meeting, it's 3 o'clock. Hey, I'm closing up in 45 minutes. You guys want to just meet at Starbucks around the corner? Oh, we gotta go to Home Depot. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. Well, I tell you what about Monday? Monday afternoon, evening? You guys available maybe after 4 or 5 o'clock? Yeah, we could maybe do that. Yeah, I'll just swing by, take a look at your property. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll share with you, obviously, what we're doing to help buyers like yourself get into offers where they're being accepted and not outbid, and also give you an idea of what your home's worth. Would that make life easier on you if I did that? Sure, no problem. Buyer consultation immediately following the open house if hot. 3 places you can do the buyer consultation or the CMA appointment. Okay, throw out the rule of thumb. This is a 1990s rule, and I love the guy. I've learned a lot from Floyd Wickman. He used to have this acronym called CTO. Come into the office, toss that out. Okay, that's going to be your 3rd option that you're going to suggest. I'm never recommending that they meet me at my office, and I'll share with you why. I'm recommending that we meet at their home. Because in most cases, if they have a home to sell, that opens the door to talking about a market analysis. And this is a mistake a lot of buyer's agents make. They're so focused on their home search. Next thing you know, and it's happened to all of us, including me, I've learned from experience, you're working with a buyer 2-3 weeks, things are going great, and then they tell you they listed their home for sale. And you're like, well, I could have helped you with that. Well, yeah, you got so distracted by the buyer conversation that it didn't even come up. So, first place I want to do a buyer consultation is at their home. Second place I want to do a buyer consultation is a location near where they're shopping. A location near where they're shopping. And I'll go back to that one in a second. Third place I want to do a buyer consultation is a real estate office, KW real estate office, nearest them. So for instance, if they're looking in Farmington Hills, probably not going to meet them in Plymouth for a buyer consultation. I'm going to utilize the West Bloomfield office, or I'm going to utilize the Northville office, right? Because the perception is that if you're making them drive to an office that's not near the area that they're looking in, then you must not be equipped to help them in that area. Which brings me back to point number 2. I would rather meet them, and this is a perfect scenario, and it comes to mind because I just saw this gentleman at our past client event. This was before Keller Williams had a Grosse Pointe office, which just opened not long ago. We had a referral from somewhere, I don't remember where, and they're looking in Grosse Pointe. Well, for those of you that know Grosse Pointe is very separate from the rest of Detroit, Wayne County, and everything out there on an island, okay? Well, I knew that going into it, and I knew I was at a bit of a disadvantage because not only was I from Plymouth, but there also is not a Keller Williams office in Grosse Pointe at the time. This was 4 years ago. And so I met him at a Starbucks. And I got there early enough to reserve a table for us and have everything set up. And when I did the full-blown buyer consultation at the table, and he refers his business, he comes to our client events. He didn't care whether I had an office in Grosse Pointe or not. It didn't matter. I was meeting him in the community that he was shopping in. So I would rather meet a buyer for a buyer consultation at a Starbucks in the community they're shopping in than make them drive 10 minutes further to a real estate office nearest them. Now, if there happens to be a Keller Williams office nearest them, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. But definitely don't make them drive across town to meet you at your office. So that's why I say throw that script out the window. All right, 12. Okay, I have 12, so we'll go with that. All right. Utilize social media. Okay, that sounds basic, but I'm going to give you a few things that you can do. Utilize social media. You can create a Facebook event where if you have clients in sphere of influence, you can invite them, and create a little bit of excitement around it. You can boost the Facebook event to the particular city that you're holding the home open in. Or my personal favorite, number 3 under social media, go live. Go live on Facebook. There's no other thing that you do on Facebook that notifies all of your friends when you go live. So go live because it's free advertising. If you have 1,000, I'll give you an example of why it's effective. If you have 1,000 friends and you make one cool looking post about your open house, maybe 50 of them will see it and maybe 7 or 8 will like it. Okay? Everyone else, it'll get buried because Facebook's algorithm says this is a business post. We're not going to give you free advertising. But when you go live, all of your friends, all 1,000 in that example, get a notification. Betty Lou just went live. Oh, we can check it out now. I can click on it, or I can go check it out later. Either way, I'm getting a notification. All 1,000 of us are getting a notification. Well, what are you doing when you go live? Hi, Jeff Glover, Keller Williams, holding this home open today. Come in and check it out. And I flip the camera around and I show them. It's not so much about the quality of the video or what I'm even saying or showing. It's about the fact that it's notifying people and it's a touch to my database. Speaking of touch to your database, just a quick sidebar. You can add people to your database through Facebook. Facebook gives you suggested friends. It's a little time consuming and I recommend you maybe time block 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day to do this. But every day it gives you suggested friends that you can just keep scrolling through. Well, the reason why I say it's time consuming is because it's easy to just add. I want you to add consumers, not real estate agents. Because most of the people, how it's giving you those suggestions, by the way, is it's determining who you have a connection with. So if you have a common friend, it's giving that person, it's showing you, do you want to add this person? Because you guys are both friends with Mary over here. Well, I'm going to click on the face, and I'm going to see that she works at, Ford headquarters in Dearborn. Not a real estate agent, add her. That's a quick way to grow a database because you have a connection and you can get in front of more people and so forth. All right, so just a sidebar. Next thing I wrote down. Okay, so you've got people walking through, you've got the leads. What is your follow-up and your drip campaign? What does that process look like? I recommend if it's a hot, motivated prospect, you're following up after the open house or maybe the next morning. If it's an average lead, maybe they're kind of motivated, but not really, then you follow up with them on Monday. Nobody waits past Monday. You've touched base with everyone by Monday. By Tuesday or Wednesday, they forgot all about you. So do your follow-ups on Monday. And if I hold an open house and they're not willing to meet me for a buyer consultation, so let's say I'm doing an open house 1 to 4, they're not willing to meet me for a buyer consultation, but I know they're out shopping for houses and I know they're hot, I'll call them at 5 or 6 that night. Say, hey, met you guys a few hours ago. Sure, you went through a lot of open houses today. I just want to let you know, based on our conversation, I got you all set up on a search and I've already found one that fits a little bit like what you're looking for. Are you familiar with the one on Cherry Street? Oh yeah, we drove past that one today. Did you get a chance to go inside? No, it wasn't held open. Perfect. I've got an opening tomorrow at 3 or 4 if you want to go see it. I can get it set up right now. So I'm following up with the hot ones immediately following the open house. Everyone else gets put on some sort of drip campaign depending on their motivation. And remember this next point number 14, 15. Motivated prospects love motivated agents. Unmotivated prospects love unmotivated agents. So if they're highly motivated, I'm putting them on a pretty aggressive drip campaign and I'm following up very regularly. They're not ready to do something right now, but I know they'll probably be a buyer or seller in time. I'm backing off. So I'm first trying to identify their motivation so I can match it. That's the number one reason why we do lead follow-up. Most people think we do lead follow-up to set appointments. No, we do lead follow-up to determine their motivation. Only then do we go for the appointment if the motivation's there. Motivated prospects love motivated agents. Unmotivated prospects love unmotivated agents. So I can turn into an unmotivated agent from time to time. I know it's probably hard to believe, but I can tone down my motivation. And I can be totally casual and, hey, no problem, whenever you're ready, take your time. I don't want to be that pushy sales guy anyway. Just let me know when you're ready. Next point. Always remember that 30% of buyers who visit your open house have a home to sell. 30% of buyers that visit your open house, in our experience, have a home to sell. That's more of a mindset thing. If you keep that in mind all the way through, you're looking for CMA opportunities. You're looking for listing opportunities. And finally, signs. Meaning, get obnoxious with signs. You know, the days of putting like one on this corner and one on that corner. No. I want one on every corner, on every single possible way to get to the house. And oh, by the way, in front of the house, I want 5 or 6. I want it to stand out. Okay, the traditional, I remember some of our agents would not do an open house unless they got balloons. They swore by the balloons, which if you think about it, makes sense because they stand out. Okay, I know some agents now are doing those big feather flags, right? Those are obnoxious, but they get attention. So get obnoxious. It's okay to get obnoxious with your signs. Utilize balloons, utilize a feather flag, utilize something that causes your open house to stand out.
Thank you for taking your time to join Jeff today on the Live Unreal with Glover U podcast. To get started on killing it with open houses, take the real estate self-assessment. After you complete the assessment, a member of Glover U will get on a call with you to create an action plan to improve your score. Go to www.gloveru.com/self. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. Search for Live Unreal with Glover U on iTunes, Podbean, or Spotify, and subscribe today. Until next time, remember, motivated buyers love motivated agents, and unmotivated buyers love unmotivated agents.